What up, guys? I was trying to find a video on how to clean my CP3 13 and I couldn't. So I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna make one. I wore these in freshly mowed grass yesterday and it kind of rubbed off on them. And halfway through cleaning them, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna make a video because, you know, no one else has done it. And luckily, I did protect them before I wore them, and believe it or not, I protected it with the Timberland Bomb Proofer, one of the best shoe protectors out on the market. And it's not that much, and if you're worried about if it'll rub off on any of your shoes, make the colors run, obviously test it in a small area. Maybe, you know, if it's going to be these, you could have tested it right here or right there with a white napkin or a white shirt. Make sure it doesn't color transfer. And for these, I used my Rejuvenator because this ruined a pair of my shattered backboard ones, which I never got any compensation for. Shout out to Shoe Magic. They were able to give me the runaround. This one, I had a little bit left, so I said, what the hell, I'm just going to finish it. Jason Mark could have got the job done, but I don't know. I still haven't cleaned all my pairs of shoes with both of these, so I can't give you, you know, a very unbiased, honest review, because I've cleaned my Toros with this, and I've cleaned my AM90s with this, but I'm going to make a video about that because it didn't come out the way it should have came out. And yeah, like and subscribe so you don't miss that video. But pretty much all I did was I used my hog bristle brush for the first run, right? And then after I gave it, you know, a good wiping on this side, I clean each side, you know, individually. I use this, and I'm gonna do it to this one right now, but I just want to explain it. And the reason why I kind of do that is because sometimes you might not need to use this. You really don't want to use this one. This is a Rejuvenator all-purpose brush. What I noticed is whenever you get around here, and especially up on top, like right here where this soft cotton is, it'll take off a little bit of fibers, and it'll start, you know, sometimes almost it looks like it peels it, and then it gets caught in the matting of the suede. So try to avoid using this, and if you can't get away with only using this one, you know, shout out Jason Mark. This is one of the best ones I've ever had. This is my old one, and I'm not sure if you can see, but it's not as stiff as this one. This one has got not really stiffer, but I say they're more pointy at the end and fine. So they get in, you know, really tight crooks and, you know, in between seams and glue lines. And this brush is like amazing. The only thing I hate about it is it's super tiny and it doesn't fit in my hand, and it gets really like cramped. So Jason Mark, you got to make, you know, a little bit of a bigger brush. But this was a little sample brush, so I don't know why the hell I'm complaining. But let's go ahead and get to the cleaning. I don't have a mount or tripod, so I am going to have to just probably put my camera down all ghetto, but fuck it. Alright. Oh, yeah. So pretty much for this, I used about 2 ounces of water. You could weigh it out on a jewelry scale, or you could just eyeball it. You know, it's not that much at all. And then for this, I just literally did like 2 squirts. Like 1, 2, just squirt, not that much. Right now, since it's empty, maybe I'll make another video of how much it looks like, because technically my squirt could be, you know, bigger than your squirt or smaller. You never know, you know, but it's not about the size. So let's put the camera down and get right to it. See if I can make this. There you go, focus. So what I like to do is when I dip my brush, I make sure that it's clean before I dip it, obviously. So I run the cold water through it, because that's obviously going to make the bristles stiff. And then, you know, I kind of get all the water off of it. I dip my brush, you know, shake off the little excess soap, dip it again, shake it off into the bowl. And then I hit the side of the shoe, right? So while I'm hitting the shoe, you have to be kind of conscious of where the suede is and hit where it connects to other materials, because that's where most of the dirt is left behind after it cleans. And for the 13s, it's right down here. This is like one of the most highly ignored spots on these shoes. So make sure that you pay close attention to that. And I get a lot of friction and light friction. Don't smush the bristles down. You kind of want them to be fully outstretched. You don't want them all smashed up, because then they really don't get into the fibers. And also do different motions. Do back and forth, circles, up and down, diagonal. It doesn't matter. The more diversity you add into your scrubs, you know, the more of a better clean you get. And then after, you know, you get that one side, you want to put a lot of pressure with your microfiber towel, because that's going to be able to absorb the actual dirt and water that's left behind. And kind of don't be afraid to, you know, put some pressure on these shoes and rub it all out. And as you can see, it comes out a little bit wet, and you kind of just work it back to a natural mat in circles and squeeze. And as long as you know the towel's dry, you really can't do this wrong. But just be careful the way you put pressure, because you can make your shoes bend in a not so beneficial way. It'll give it a nasty crease, you know. Kind of try to keep your hand the way your foot would sit in it. And I tend to do this part individually, because you got to pay close attention. Like I said, right here, I'm not sure if the camera can see it, but there is a lot of like little extra fibers, like right here. That doesn't look that bad on camera, but in real life it looks pretty bad, you know. And we're gonna go ahead and have this looking brand new, and that's what staying fresh is about, you know, making them look clean. Because obviously the person seeing you isn't gonna be able to notice, but you're gonna know, you know. So fuck what people think. My brush, since I obviously just hit a section, is dirty, so run it through some cold water before you dip it back in your soap. You know, you don't want to be dipping a dirty brush into your soap, because then you're going to dilute your soap, and you're going to have dirty, muddy soap, and that's really not soap. So let's go ahead and dip it, let it drip, and hit this right here. Let's see if I could get those extra little fibers out. And then there's like a little booty. Make sure you get in the booty. And in between, there's right here a line where the suede is connected, the panels. So make sure you pay close attention and get all sorts of angles in on this. See, right now I'm wetting my brush, and I'm kind of flicking the excess water off, and I'm just gonna hit it with a slightly wetter brush just to work some of those fibers and get them moving, because now you can really see them. And it bothers me, man, because they're just all right here, and I feel like I could use one of those lint brushes. Like, I got one, but I'm kind of afraid, so I'm trying to wipe them off with the microfiber, but they can't come off. So yeah, those really didn't come off, but let me see if I have it. I'm thinking about hitting it with one of these, so you know what, just for the YouTube video, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking off all the excess lint, because I'll be dumb as hell if I put more lint on them. So I'm taking off all the excess lint, and I'm gonna see if it gets the job done. So it's not really working. I think that black stuff is kind of just there to stay. I think it's just suede that got dirty, and I gotta cut it So let's just go ahead and hit this last side. And you hit the last side, you know, before you hit it, try to find out where the heavily dirty places are. Those you want to hit with the all-purpose brush. And when you hit them with the all-purpose brush, just realize that you don't want to be too rough, and you just kind of want to do, you know, the minimum amount of scrubbing, because this suede is so soft and buttery, and you just don't want to wear it out over time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put pressure, and since I am gonna protect these shoes, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the side panels and the toe box again, because I'm gonna protect them with the Timberland protector, and they gotta be clean all the way. So let's just go ahead and get these holes clean. And I should have cleaned my brush, but I didn't, so fuck it. Let's just get it done. I got somebody coming over. That's pretty much it. If anything else, I could hit the tongue, but it's fine. Tongue really didn't suffer. I just cleaned both of these shoes. Obviously, only one of them on film, but after they dry, I take this brush right here, or any other soft bristle brush like this one right here, and then I work it in circles to get the suede looking, you know, looking matty. Like this one, it's kind of drying up already, so I'm gonna hit it with this dry brush and kind of just give it that natural look back. I'll make another video. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I'll try to answer them.